a little quickie thing on Horse with No Name. This is kind of just a 2-chord little vamp that's fun to play because it's also got a nice little lead in it, nice little harmonizing lead down there. And I thought we'd just cover that real quick here. Now the chords first we want to know is just an E minor, and then it goes to this nice little chord F sharp on the lower E note. The low E goes one step up, and the A and the D string from the normal E minor open up, and then you just bar the A on the G string. So it kind of goes from E minor to, and then let those top strings ring out. So you're just going, and the upstrokes on that give it the rhythmic. Now let's just start off right off with that first lead. He starts on. It kind of starts on the ringing note, ringing E itself. I like to play it to double up by going on the B string to the E note and then letting the open E ring also. And then you're just walking up the E minor scale. Okay, so the notes are E, and then F sharp, G, A, and B. And what he's doing, he's just doing this technique where you're hitting the note and then sliding on it. So you want to see, notice how you're hitting on the F sharp, hit on the note, and then slides. And then he slides down, he walks up each note in the scale up to the A, and then slides down to the F sharp, and then back down to the G, and back down to the open E. And then from this part, he walks all the way up the scale to the A and the B note. And that's the intro to that letter. Okay, then from here, he goes all the way up to the D and E on an octave higher than that. So on the E string, you can go all the way up to the 10th fret. And so, kind of with a double style picking, alternating picking. For those two measures, that's all it is. It's just. And then here comes the favorite part of it. It's the walk down right on that scale. And once again, before we start that, let's just talk about that scale that we're using all the way up on one string. If you start on the E note, it says E, D, C sharp, B, A, G, F sharp, and then E. Okay, so this is the whole notes in that scale that we're. All right, so what we're going to do is from that point, what he does is that scale walking down in this fashion. All right, he's doing starting on the E note and going 3 steps down, and then back up 1 step, back up 1. So what you're doing is it's a technique where you're going down 3 notes in this case. Back up 1, and then repeat that down. Back up 1, back up 1, back up 1, back up 1, down 3. And that's the whole run. All right, so that scale is a very nice thing. Right after that, two measures where it goes. All right, it kind of ends it a little quick on there. Actually, when you hear it, it kind of ends it, instead of going the whole way down. You run out of room on this string, so you have to go all the way down to the B string, D note, back up to the E, and then open B string. So. Now what's beautiful about it is the harmony notes that you can do on that. So if you take that same scale, all right, and you take this same scale, which as we showed you is E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D, E, keep going, and then it's again F sharp, G, A, go up that far, and then start on this position. You can do the same walking down scale that we did, and it's a harmony line. So starting on the A note instead of the E, and do the same walk down. Right? And that would be a harmony with it. All right? At the end, just changes ever so slightly. All right. Now, another beautiful thing that you can think about these things is also that scale can be done. We're doing it linearly up all the way on like one string. Of course, you can use the same thing, starting more up and on the neck using all the strings, like. All right. This is. It's based really more like we would call it a minor scale, but it's got a raised sixth. So doesn't really matter. We're not going to get into it. It often can call it a Dorian mode. But what we're doing is doing it up and down the neck on one string for acoustic purposes. Like it's a. Now you could do it down on the say thing. Right? And then if you start on the B string in the same scale and thinking of the scale as you could start on the B string. Right? But we're going to do it linearly so you can kind of see. It's easier to see the notes. A matter of fact, when you start up here, keeping in mind you can look and do things various places on the guitar neck. You don't have to do it one place. Instead of starting on the first main walk down from the E string, instead of starting there, you could go start it on the B string. On the E string, on the E note on the B string, way up here. And right? And when you do that way, then you can almost see how starting then on the E string, you're doing the same thing, with just keeping in mind you're within the same scale. All right, so now, once again, let's play along with that, and then I will play the lead the first time, then we'll come back and play it again with the harmony line in there. Here we go. Okay, now let's do it again real quick, and we'll do the harmony lead right on top of it. Here we go. Okay, so those are some nice, cool little harmonizing leads. And now again. A little bit of Horse with No Name.